we got a buck moon coming up in a couple days. I'm feeling strong, you know what I mean? Feeling that buck energy. Yeah, feeling like making some buck noises, you know, like woo, woo. Yeah, man. Alright, I'll see you later. I'm just channeling my buck energy. Getting in the buck zone for the buck moon. Using it to. Oh, God! Oh, no! Ah! No!
Oh, you're gonna train. You ready for it?
Man.
Multiple maniacs. This is a little taste of what you're gonna get, Frankie.
Oh, try crap! Oh! Oh!
Play those in.
Hang on, dude.
Hello there, Powder Keg. I am Commissioner Brian Zane, joined as always by former POW Tag Team Champion Jeremy Blanchard, and welcome to the Multiple Maniacs Countdown Show. It's taking place live this Saturday night on July 26th at World Pies in downtown Eugene, Oregon. And Jeremy, like we say every month here, World Pies is, we call it the Powder Keg, and it really couldn't be more apt of a description because that intimate space, the packed crowd, and of course the passion, it's going to be an explosive night, Jeremy.
Yeah, it just takes one little spark to explode that building, and I can tell you right now, with that card that's going to happen, and it's on my birthday,
well,
buddy.
It could be a big birthday.
It's going to be a big birthday. Bang.
For the birthday boy, Jeremy Blanchard, we got a big night of action in store for you on the 26th, certainly. But Jeremy, how about what we just saw? You talk about a spark. Hey, there's a fire burning over the POW Pro Wrestling Championship after what we saw the Dynasty do to Frankie Dove at the Oregon Pro Wrestling School.
And you think that was on Frankie Dove's playlist?
Absolutely not. Doves may have been crying after what we saw. You saw that opening footage there. Charlie Avell and the Dynasty are desperate to hold on to that POW Pro Wrestling Championship. And Jeremy, once we hear some words from the champion and the challenger, well, we'll get a better idea as to why.
Not cool, dudes! Not cool at all! You look just as good as you wrestle. Like garbage!
Should you defeat Los Sicarios in this match, boys, the one with the winning decision is going to have a match against Charlie next month.
Uh-oh.
Now is Frankie Dove and Stephen Bradley. Bradley up and over.
Oh! Turn him upside down into the power
He
bomb.
did it, Frankie Dove.
And your winner, Love and Dangerous. Bell. Twist the fade attempt. Oh, double throat thrust. DBUT.
Oh, right in the middle, done.
He just dropped him with his finishing maneuver. And that's going to be
Three.
Charlie Avell is still your champion.
Yes, he is.
But we know that Charlie Avell's dance card is full.
Oh yeah.
On July 26th. We know now that he is going to defend the POW Pro Wrestling Championship against one half of Dove and Dangerous in Frankie Dove. It'll be the biggest match of Frankie's career.
So it turns out it's me. I'm the one that gets to wrestle Charlie. Some of you know this. Charlie and I go way back. He and I trained together before the Oregon Pro Wrestling School even started. So it's really funny this is happening in Eugene, Oregon, because I wouldn't even be wrestling if it wasn't for this town. This is where I found my love for wrestling again. This is where I realized I can do this. I told myself I would be good at that. I should try that. And then I found my way somehow right next to Charlie. And he pushed me. Every day I said, I need to work harder so I can keep up with that guy. I need to keep training so I can get as good as he is. Every day, he just kept getting better. And I had to keep training. And now, here we are. July, Multiple Maniacs. It's a John Waters themed show, and I'm wrestling a guy that I grew up in this sport with. I'm really excited, and I hope all of you are too, because I'm gonna do exactly what I do when I live every day. I'm gonna put my heart and soul out there. See you then.
Well, Frankie Dove, seems like you got the win tonight. You pinned my fellow Sicarios. At Multiple Maniacs, you get an opportunity to face me for my championship. you want to talk about past, it doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is the future, and that is pretty, the beautiful era, and my Sicarios. So be ready next month. Train as much as you can at Oregon Pro Wrestling. It's pretty Charlie Avell is gonna be ready for you.
It was certainly an auspicious victory for Dove and Dangerous last month at World Pies. They defeated Los Sicarios in that tag team match, and by virtue of doing that, that was how Frankie Dove got the title shot against Charlie in the first place. The biggest match of his entire career, and it's happening Saturday on the 26th. Jeremy, I gotta ask you, do you think Frankie Dove is ready? Do you think he is capable of pulling off this massive upset and becoming the POW champion?
He looks really good. He looked really good in that match. But I don't think he's gonna quite make it there quite yet, buddy. I keep climbing, but I don't think it's gonna be. He's just not right there with pretty Charlie yet.
Do you think he spent too much time in the tag ranks?
I think he might. He needs to shuffle in and get his feet wet a little bit longer in the singles division. I believe. That's just my opinion. But I mean, he's on a roll right now. I won't deny that.
Well, what do you think's going to happen? What would happen to Charlie Avell and the Dynasty and their whole mental being if that were to happen? If Frankie were to do the unthinkable and beat him for the championship?
I know one person that wouldn't be happy when he gets healthy. I can tell you that right now. I mean, the whole thing would come crumbling down. Let's just face facts. That would be the biggest Cinderella story in PAL Pro Wrestling.
There's certainly one Parisian impresario who I know is going to be looking on to that title match with great interest. Of course, like we said, it's Frankie Dove's biggest match of his career. Going solo in that match for the POW title against Charlie Avell. It's going to be one to watch. And of course, we got to talk about the main event of the evening, the Rumble to Regret, because no matter who wins that matchup, they're going to be in for a rough go against the POW champion. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. There's more to discuss with the card for Multiple Maniacs. Speaking of Charlie Avell and the Dynasty, let's talk about Damon Void and Sobalvaro Los Sicarios. They are looking for a big pivotal win in their careers as they take on the former tag team champions, a pair that you know very well in the Hammer Brothers.
They're stronger than they've ever been. And that's scary because they were strong a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. But now, I can tell you, there's no limit. There's no limit on what these guys can do. Period.
Absolutely. Well, if anyone can limit them, I think it could be Sobalvaro and Void. I mean, these two guys running, doing the dirty work for the Dynasty, for Charlie Avell. I mean, it's paid dividends not just for Avell, but also for themselves. I think they've gained a lot of experience, and I have to believe that whoever wins this matchup with the Hammer Brothers could be next in line for the POW Tag Team Championship.
Absolutely. 100%.
Well, speaking of the POW Tag titles, the Hess Clan, they are going to be in for quite a busy evening in another matchup with the Flamin' Aces. Let's take you back to Base Brawl 4, Bases Loaded. It was the opening contest on that night.
Yeah.
Hesses versus the Aces for the tag titles. And you'll see here in this replay, at the very end when it looked like all was lost, it was Dom who dove off the top rope, crashing onto the referee, forcing the disqualification. Now, Jeremy, we all know that Dom is crazy, but he's not stupid. If he didn't jump off then, the Hess Clan would not be the tag team champions right now.
No, and I honestly, at first thought he was stupid. But these are starting to be little strategically planned little impacts, if you will, are looking smarter and smarter.
Certainly, it bought them some time. It kept their reign going on that night. But I wouldn't let that slide. So the rematch had to be made for this Saturday night, Multiple Maniacs. Hear from the challengers and the champions right now.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. In case you all forgot who we are, we're the Hess Clan. We are the POW Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions. And I don't know how many times we have to prove it over and over again. We took Most Violent and we made them the Most Retired. We took Dove and Dangerous and we made them Done and Doner. And now you want to throw the Hammer Brothers back at us. Well, no more boom when it comes to the Hess Clan, because once again, the Hess Clan reigns superior. Now, let's rewind to Base Brawl. Flamin' Aces, I'm not gonna lie, you brought it to the Hess Clan, Daddy. But Flamin' Aces, at the end of the night,
although you were ready to fire it up. You were ready to come to the rough rescue. The Hess clan came out with the tag team champions again. But no, you want to run around with your alligator tears, crying pixie dust all over Pal Pro Wrestling, and crying and whining and want a rematch against the Hess clan. Well, on July 26th, the Hess clan, we're gonna put them Flaming Aces out once and for all.
You know, last month, it didn't go how you wanted it to go. It didn't go how I wanted it to go. But you know what? We're still here. We're still the tag team that we once used to be. We're the Flamin' Aces, the hottest tag team in the PNW. Nothing's gonna change that. Not any team, not any one person, not anything. Hess Clan, we don't forget what you did at Base Brawl. The only reason you're a tag champ right now is because of a technicality. Dom Hess, you knew we had your daddy beat. So you had to jump on the ref? Cost us the match? I don't think that's gonna happen. Because this next month, Flaming Aces are back. And what are we doing? We're winning some gold, baby. You've been the champs for far too long. And we've been at POW for far too long and not held those titles. And I think it's time that changes. So what do you say? Hess Clan, if you ain't a couple of yellow bellies, meet us at World Pies. And always bet on Aces.
Jeremy, I could hear and feel the fire in the Aces' voices in that little video we saw there. But you know, Wade and Dom and Uncle Sid, they are a force to be reckoned with. We know this.
Yes.
And after what we saw at Base Brawl, going into this show, I'm going to put you on the spot. Who do you think is going to come out on top?
That's hard to beat the champs. I mean, like we talked about over and over again with the three dynamic, I'm going to keep saying it until they prove me wrong. I mean, it's just like if you're a gambler, you keep going after the win, right? Keep going after the win. So I'm going to go with the champs.
That's right. The Hesses have definitely been on a hot streak, but it could be snuffed out by the Flamin' Aces if they have a say in things. Well, let's move on to another match I'm looking forward to. I've been looking forward to it for a couple of months now,
Yeah.
Jeremy. We've been trying to get this match off the blocks, talking about Joey Thornton of the Jarmy taking on Gunnar Thorson, the newcomer from the Oregon Pro Wrestling School. Like I mentioned, this is a match we've been trying to get going for a while, but as you'll see in this video, well, Joey Thornton's trying to make it not happen.
As much as I wanted to come out here and compete tonight, my opponent saw fit not to show up. Referee, what I want you to do is count to 10 and then raise my hand.
Yes. This is kind of a surprise. This is Gunnar Thorson.
You got no business being out here.
You, my friend, have a choice. You can run, or you can fight right now!
Oh! Next month, it's gonna be Gunnar Thorson one-on-one with Mickey Montoya.
What?
I'm kicking his head off his damn shoulders.
Forget the table, Gunnar Thorson may be destroyed.
Gunnar, last month I put you through a table. This month, multiple maniacs, it's more of the same. Because it's simple. You do not fuck with the Jarmy.
Definitely a calculated attack predetermined, intentional attack by Joey Thornton. You got to believe, Jeremy. And I know you're on speed dial with your boy Jonas. I know that this was something that was planned from the start.
I don't know anything. I don't know nothing about nothing.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess that's good for an affidavit as of right now. You know nothing.
I mean, I know Joey's mad. I know he's mad.
Either way,
that's all I can say.
It's going to be an intense matchup. I mean, these two young guns, they are full of fire and passion. And after what we saw from that moment with the table, you better believe Gunner is full of anger. Moving on to our next matchup for the Wrestling with Regret YouTube Championship. First, let's take you back to last month's event. It was an open challenge that Jaden held for the title, and it was answered by not one, but both members of the Flamin' Aces. It was a terrific triple threat match. Really could have gone anyone's way. But in the end, we saw Marcus Erics run in and not only beat up the Aces, but practically destroy Jaden. Could have taken months off his career for what he did with that chair to the neck. I was disgusted.
He might have took a few months.
Well, certainly we weren't able to hear from Jaden in the immediate aftermath of that beatdown, but Marcus Erics, he had a lot to say. Take a look.
Jaden, this was the last thing that you saw when I left you laying in that ring. I hope that you've caught your breath now, but I also hope that you're listening. Every superhero has a weakness. And turns out I found yours, and it happens to be your neck. So July 26th, not only am I coming for your neck, I'm coming for the Wrestling with Regret YouTube Championship. I'll see you there.
It's going to be a wild match for the YouTube Championship. Now, we've seen Jaden the Unbelievable come back from a lot of physical and emotional turmoil in the past. I mean, take a look at how he went without his superhero identity, for instance. But with his back against the wall, with him being as injured as he is, do you think this is Marcus Erics' time to become the YouTube champion?
I do believe he's gotten in Jaden's head. Let me tell you, if anybody can come back from anything, it's Jaden. I'm at this point, what an athlete, resilience and the heart this kid has. But I think it's Marcus Erics' time. I just do.
I think Marcus does have Jaden in a position where Marcus can be victorious. But if there's anyone on the PAL roster that I believe, it's got to be the YouTube champion, my boy, the unbelievable Jaden. But of course, it's going to be a great match either way. I look forward to seeing who comes out on top on that one. And speaking of regret, Jeremy, we got to talk about the main event for this Saturday's show, the Rumble to Regret. It is finally coming back after months away. It's one of my favorite matches of the year.
Yeah, mine too.
It's going to be a huge multi-man, over-the-top extravaganza where the winner gets the #1 contendership spot for the PAL Pro Wrestling Championship. We've got a lot of great contenders. You're going to hear from some of them right now.
All right, crew. July 26th. Multiple Maniacs. You gotta be a maniac to get in the ring with the Jar. I don't care if there's 30, 40, 50, 60, all the way up to 200. You're all getting chucked out over the top rope. The Generalissimo is gonna win, and I'm coming for that PAL Pro Wrestling title. You guys, your jobs are simple. Just make sure no one gets their hands on me. You especially, make sure no one gets their hands on Pumpkin here, all right? And what?
Can I be number 2?
I'll see what I can do, all right? We'll see what we can do. You know, we're gonna be down 1, no Mickey. Pour one out for the mixer. But you know what, the Jarmy?
He's at home. He's fine.
Okay, whatever, all right? You know what? July 26th, Jay's up.
Saturday, July 26th, I make my return to PAL Pro Wrestling in the 30-man Rumble to Regret. And you can stack 29 other men against me. I'm coming back, and I'm making a statement. Because Cole Rivera is coming for championship gold.
Raised by grit, rooted in tradition, Mini Tulips has finally arrived in PAL Pro Wrestling. And I make my debut at the Rumble to Regret, Saturday, July 26th at World Pies. 29 other competitors are underestimating me because I'm the dark horse. I'm about to throw every one of them over, start my legacy. Eugene, Oregon, PAL Pro Wrestling, it's Tulip season.
PAL fans, Tripod. See, man. I don't know if you guys heard. We're going to be in the Rumble to Regret, and we're going to be the first ever co-winners. And what that means is we're just not going to throw each other out, and we'll be the last 2 standing. And we will collectively get a shot at the PAL Championship.
Hell yeah.
Alpha's up.
Ass is up.
once more into the fray, into the fire. The Kingpin has a chance to win Rumble to Regret, to finally reclaim his throne.
Loss after loss after loss, but you know, like I say every time, man, you can't keep everybody's favorite homeboy down. In that Rumble to Regret, I get another opportunity to go after that PAL title. And I'm going to turn the Rumble to Regret into my personal trap house. And that's on everything, partner.
There's going to be 30 people in that matchup. A lot can happen. Anything can happen in the Rumble to Regret, and that's why I like it so much. And we've had different prizes for the winners over the years, but I think this could be one of the most influential, talking about the #1 contendership for the PAL Pro Wrestling Championship. Jeremy, who do you think is going to come out on top in this field?
Well, there's so many choices, and there's so many good athletes, but I think I might shock you on this one. I think I'm gonna have to go with Jackhammer.
Really?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Jackhammer. I think he might be. I think he might show something out there. I mean, I know they're both in it, but he's my pick.
Yeah, wow.
I'm gonna. I mean, hey, no offense to Jeremy, I got you, and you're probably gonna win. This is just my, back pocket pick.
This guy's playing both sides, so he always comes out on top. And certainly, the odds are good for Jack. I was honestly going to put money on Sledge of the two of them.
Okay.
I think you make a good argument for Jack. But if I had to pick one person out of the entire field, I mean, just looking at the stats, looking at, not taking into account the order because it's totally random. I mean, my gut instinct is to go for someone like Caden Cassidy, or maybe like Chris Brady, the former Wrestling with Regret YouTube champion. He's come back from a lot, but Caden has as well. There's a lot of very interesting stories to follow in this Rumble to Regret match. I think you can make an argument for just about anyone in that field.
Absolutely. And I would say, don't rule out one of those younger kids that can go an hour and a half, because you never know what you're gonna get picked. So you might be in there second, third. So let's see how long you can last. So it all depends. It's the luck of the draw.
That's right. It's all about luck. It's all about timing, and it's all about multiple Maniacs this Saturday night from World Pies in downtown Eugene. Let's go over the card one more time. In a matchup to determine the new #1 contender for the PAL title, we're having the Rumble to Regret. Jaden defends the Wrestling with Regret YouTube Championship against the despicable one, Marcus Eriks. Joey Thornton takes on Gunnar Thorson in a grudge match. The Hess Clan defend the PAL Tag titles against the Flamin' Aces. The Hammer Brothers battle Los Sicarios. And then, of course, you got that PAL title match as Charlie Avell defends against the possible Cinderella story of the year in Frankie Dunn. Jeremy, we've been talking about this all show. And honestly, my opinion on that matchup has gone back and forth throughout this entire program. I truly believe that Frankie Dove has what it takes to achieve the impossible and beat Charlie Avell. But I always have to keep in the back of my mind Los Sicarios. And of course, if you cannot be there live in Eugene, you can catch it on the YouTube channel happening live Saturday the 26th, starting at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. We hope you can be there live or on YouTube, but either way, you cannot afford to miss multiple Maniacs happening this Saturday from Eugene, Oregon. For Jeremy Blanchard, I'm Brian Zane, and we'll see you there.